So the thing that I realized is you have to, you can maybe not realize, like the word realize is such a, crazy word, like, oh, I realize stuff. I mean that, like, what has worked for me is you have to become a quote unquote retard, but not in a sense that you probably think, and no disrespect to people with disabilities, of course. And I don't think that word should represent such, like it's a bad word. But you need to stop. It's so promoted to like have control, do this, always know what you're getting yourself into. Think about the consequences. Man, I don't think it's healthy. Like at a certain point you have to, like, this thing of like self-control and stuff like that, it's only because you're scared. Not self-control, sorry, the thing of like having control of the outcome and being in control. Yes, to a certain degree you are, but to the like 90% of a degree you're not. You're not in control at all. The only thing you're in control of is not even that, like not even yourself. Try controlling yourself 24/7. That every word you're gonna say is gonna be perfect, like to your own standard. Like you decide on a standard and then you try to chase that standard. I'm telling you, it's gonna become impossible. I tried. So you have you need to, or like you don't need to, you can do whatever you want to do, but man, stop thinking about consequences so much. Just do and say what you gotta do and say. And whatever happens, happens. And the thing is, as you do that, you start realizing that whatever comes after the action, you know how to handle it, right? You do a thing and it turns out to be quote unquote bad, but you will realize that it's like, you know what it is you have to do afterwards to like make it right. Because I also had the thing where this decision making, you have an option A and B, and what do you do? And the thing is, it doesn't matter what you do. This decision has absolutely zero value, right? It's all about what you do after the decision. The decision is just a person could live your life and take every decision for you. And then, but you are in control of after the fact, the decision. It will be still your life, right? Because it's like, a decision doesn't matter. Like people put like so much, and I did that myself as well, put so much like weight on a decision. Like, I do this, then this will happen. And the thing is, I think it's a projection of the mind where it's like, you do this and you reach Valhalla. And if you don't know, it's like a Swedish term for, or like a Viking term for heaven, right? But you take, like, it doesn't matter. That decision has no value because there are so many tiny decisions that come afterwards, and like it's the whole picture that matters. But like I said, once you stop caring so much about the decision and what you have to make and do, you will start realizing that, whatever you do, you will be good because you are able to handle whatever comes after. And it's very relieving because you stop being so much in your head of like, yeah, if I sent this, then I sent this, blah, blah, blah. And I've heard like someone spoke about it, that it may be that it's a very like girl-like way to think about things. And don't get me wrong, it's not a bad thing, but I think to a certain extent that's true, because like when I grew up, most of the influence around me came from women. And I think it's not a bad thing, but as we know, like So let's say you're a person that's not physically as strong, right? It will, the only smart thing to do will be to think of the consequence and make sure that whatever choice you make, that the consequence is correct, right? That the consequence isn't too bad, you know? Because what would you do if something happens? But I think it's an outdated way to think, because like stuff changed. Like for anybody, even if you're weak in terms of like physicality, like stuff, everything changed. It's not the same as if it was so many years ago, like 1,000 years ago. Like, I think the mind has to like adapt and realize that you can do whatever you want to do and be okay, no matter what. No matter if you're like physically weak, mentally weak, you can still do that stuff, and it will actually build you up, right? Because you stop being like in here, and you actually start doing, and you actually train that muscle. So I think it's very important for everybody to stop thinking so much about consequences, because it's and one thing is, like, I caught it in myself, this thinking about consequences and stuff, it's mostly because you want to procrastinate doing the thing that you want to do. So it's like you keep thinking and like, oh, maybe I do that, and that gives you a sense of like, yeah, I'm making progress, you know, I'm doing my best, I'm really thinking through this decision, but nothing happens. It's just it's nothing comes from it. It's like, really, like, it's, you see, even it's hard to put in words what that is. It's like procrastination. It's not even procrastination, it's more advanced. You genuinely think that you're making, like, that you progress, but it's just a way of avoiding the thing that has to be done. Yep.